Hey everybody, BK with Masada Tactical here with another video. I'm actually using my Mac to record this one. I usually use my phone, but the problem with that is I need to talk about my phone today. So we started a couple weeks ago the all EDC series, and the one item that I left out, again because I was using it for recording, is the phone itself. Last week I was out, I was teaching a PSD, a dignitary protection class, and one of the main things that came out is actually using technology. And phone is an integral part of everybody's EDC, whether on purpose, whether you're aware to it or not. We all have our phones on us 99% of the time. Wake up in the morning, my phone goes right in my back pocket, and it doesn't get left behind until the end of the day. So it's something that we have with us at all times, and we should be able to capitalize on it. So I want to go over it and see what are some of the things that I can use my phone for. Obviously, the most obvious one is communication, right? I can talk, I can text, I can email, I can get notifications from other people, and that is key, that is paramount, right? If I'm doing surveillance or counter surveillance, if I need to, part of my advance, if I need to make reservations somewhere, if I need to call to my advanced team and so forth, this is invaluable. So, first and foremost, as means of communication. Then we have apps, we have applications, and the applications, I'll divide them between what I call not as sexy and the sexier ones. When the not as sexy are the ones that are typically integral part of your phone, they're there. You may use them, you may not, but you should. The first one is some sort of encrypted communication, which is the WhatsApp app, which I like. Again, it allows for encryption, it allows for creating different groups. It allows for voice memos, sharing documents in an easier manner. It is faster, I find, than actual regular texting. So it's one that I am a big fan of when dealing with a team. The other one is our maps, any kind of navigation application, right? So I use Waze a lot. I also use the one that comes with the phone, the Maps application. I find the two are not always the same. I like running both and comparing routes oftentimes. I'm not dependent on it, so if I'm in somewhere remote in the world where the maps may not be necessarily accurate or up to date, I always have paper maps with me as well. But it is something that allows me to make last second changes if I need to. So let's say there's a detour that I didn't know that just popped up. I can immediately get on my navigation app and find a route around it, right? Obviously, you should have a secondary and tertiary routes pre-planned, but it is a nice little tool that will always augment my pre-planning and my paper maps. Evernote. Evernote is a big one. I can take notes of pretty much everything while adding pictures. I can share those. So when I'm building dossiers or intelligence packets, Evernote is my go-to. I can really put a lot of information together into a nice little booklet, just print it out, and we're good to go. Wallet. So your phone comes with a wallet app which saves your credit cards information. I carry cash on me always when doing security detail. I want to be able to pay quickly if I need to leave a place real quick. I want to be able to tip people, so I need cash. If there's any reason, less permissive environment, and you're in a jam and you need a way out, cash is still king. With that said, I don't like carrying a George Constanza fake wallet. I like to have all my credit cards in one place, and the phone is a great place to do so. So my credit cards are saved. Obviously, there are security issues with it, so you want to make sure that it's not compromised, it's encrypted, your passwords are up to date, you change those regularly, and so forth to make sure no one else has access to your wallet on your phone. But it is a cool little app that may help and save time. Pretty much around the world nowadays, pretty much everybody gets Apple Pay and those electronic readers for credit cards. Moving on to the sexier apps, some sort of first aid app would go a long way. So I use the Red Cross First Aid. I find that to be comprehensive enough without being overwhelming. I also use one called Wiser and First. Those two allow me to read the placards that are on the trucks that carry biological, chemical, and nuclear material. Just so in case I come on an accident, I can read it and I can keep myself and people on my team, dignitaries and so forth, safe. So those are two I use. Would love to hear if you use something different. Definitely leave comments and let me know. The next one is a flight tracker. So we pick up dignitaries from the airport. I want to have real-time view of where the flight is. So flight tracker allows me to see all the flights in the area, well, all flights period. see the point of origin, destination, estimated time of arrival. If there's any issues, it will pop out, so I can always keep track real time on flights. Another one is Zello. Zello is an app that makes your phone into a two-way radio. So all the capabilities of a two-way radio still apply. I can talk to people. I can create different channels for different groups. I can still connect an earpiece to it if I need to, but I don't have to carry a second device on top of my phone. I can use it all in one, and oftentimes, probably depending on the radios you use, maybe even better, right? A lot of the radios today, depending on where you are and what kind you're using, may be compromised and may be not working as effectively. Zello seems to work pretty well in our experience. Glimpse. Glimpse allows me to keep track in real time of all of my teammates. So as long as they're all logged in, I can see where everybody is on a map. So if I have an advanced team moving ahead, if I have a security advanced party about, I don't know, 2 or 3 minutes ahead of my actual convoy, I can see where every individual in my team is. Allows me to maintain accountability in case of an emergency. It allows me to see if they're dealing with something and they're communicating that to me where they are and relate that to my real-time image, right? My situation at that point in time. The next one is one called Sketch. I was actually just introduced to it and I love it. Sketch allows me to take pictures, superimpose them on maps, add symbols like arrows and notes. So for example, I can take a picture of the front of an hotel and make notations where the drop-off point is going to be, where I'm going to have people stationed if I need to, and I can superimpose it on a map. So it's really cool tool for anybody planning routes, doing advanced planning and so forth. So definitely check it out. It's called Sketch. And last but not least is you want to have some sort of a news update application. AP, the Associated Press, is a good one. If you have their headlines pop on their notifications, you'll have real-time heads on stuff that's going on around the world. One thing I like to do, whichever country I visit, I'll try to get a newspaper from that area, from that region, as an application and get their notification coming. Because there's always a delay between different news companies and agencies, and you'll have local news being different than international news and vice versa. So having both really helps. One thing I found funny, I always have the Israeli news just because, again, homeland. And oftentimes I see headline news from the Israeli newspaper about things happening in the U.S. sooner than I would see it pop up on CNN or Fox News or one of those. So it's interesting to see, always have several of those at hand. And again, my phone is the best way to get those notifications. So short list, definitely not comprehensive, definitely doesn't include everything because that would be a very long video. But those are some of the ones that I use more often, specifically as it relates to protective security details for PSD operations. If you guys have anything that you guys use and you like, leave a comment. Let us know. I would love to check it out, maybe add it to my arsenal of tools, and definitely share it with the rest of our viewers. I hope this was helpful. Stay safe, watch your six, and we'll see you next video.